What's up, everybody? This is Edward back with another video. My bad with the light. Let me try to cover that so y'all don't gotta see that. Anyway, I wanted to do a quick video saying what's up. You know, unfortunately, AT&T done fucked up my internet install, so my iPhone is the only window to the fucking world I got, which fucking pisses me the fuck off, to be honest with you. But anyway, I'm gonna get 2 months free. You can believe that. What's up, Super Triz? But anyway, shout out to Obsidian. I want to do a video. I want to do a video commenting on the clip video he uploaded with Bernard Riley and Jessica X. And so definitely check that video out. I'm not gonna like re-say everything, but to paraphrase, it was talking about a female by the name of Danica. She's like, she goes all the way back to Manosphere 1.0, but she goes back to like the Facebook days. So she goes back like 6-7 years, all the way back to the Facebook days. Where a lot more black people on Facebook than necessarily YouTube. I mean, that still is the case, but the stuff hadn't really developed in the like sphere like that. So she's been around. It's the chick with the crown on her chest, and then she got the the dreads, and she's attractive, but whatever. The point is, she's one of the women, and she's very good at kind of holding a feminine frame, at least from a black female perspective, for a long period of time. But you really gotta listen to what she says, and some of the delusions come out. Well, I won't say it's delusions, but some of the bullshit comes out. And this video is mainly gonna be about female dating coaches, because that's what he was really referencing. And one of the things Obsidian said was, he said, number one, you're going to start seeing this a lot more, which is what I think. I think that as all this is, what I want the manosphere to understand is, the manosphere is a conduit of the environment. They can articulate the environment through what we say, through the things we break down, whether it's on mainstream, whether it's in the celebrity field, the news field, whether it's in our own commentary. But I want y'all to understand that the environment, yes, black men are making some progress, but the truth is, the manosphere is not what's moving the environment. We are benefiting from a changing of the tide based on external environments that, for the most part, we don't have control over. And what's happening is, it's kind of like, take this for example. Take like, because some people will say that I'm just trying to say the manosphere doesn't matter, and that's not what I'm saying. Robert Kiyosaki talked about for a long time about how there's going to be a really, really big recession. There's going to be a big economic crash, an economic reset. He's been saying that for, like, you could argue 20 fucking years, maybe a little bit longer. And now you're starting to see a lot of things come to fruition. Not the COVID is accelerating things, but the truth is, it's a combination of things like automation, the financial system, a lot of different things. And now a lot of things are just starting to come together to really create the reality that he was talking about. And I've heard other people say that too. That's not even like more known in just the personal stuff that I've dealt with. And it seems like 2020 is just a lot of things are starting to happen to kind of really set the tone for what this decade's going to be. Now, obviously, Robert Kiyosaki has a lot of money. He's impacted the financial community a lot as far as with his books and stuff. But at the end of the day, he didn't make this stuff happen. He just spoke to it. And, for people that listen, got prepared. For people that, was exposed to him or the people he's impacted. Yeah. Now, it's the same thing with the manosphere. It's not like, we're creating, and because a lot of people try to blame the manosphere for like why things are. Well, if you all don't say these things, then black men are just single-handedly like destroying the black female image. And that's not true. Black men are just speaking to what is already there, and we're giving voice to it. And what a lot of people need to understand is that's a privilege. What black men need to take black women off the table, but black men need to understand 15 years ago, you didn't have this. Not in the way it is now. Now you just open up your phone and you have a variety of perspectives of people that are doing this for free, Some of them, I'm getting some donations, and I appreciate that. But for the most part, there are people out here that, if you're younger or if you're 25, you got people that are your age, well, maybe a little bit older than you, but still can identify with you. You got people that's 10 years older than you. You got people that's 20 years older than you. You got people that's 30 years older than you. Hell, even people that's 30 years older than me that are all giving their different perspectives. A lot of people in different perspectives. Anyway, long story short, there is extreme value in this. So, with that being said, I want to make it very clear that people, the manosphere often overestimates how much they actually move the needle, and sometimes it's people getting very passionate, and I understand that. I don't mean they're really trying to promote it. It's just they get passionate about things moving, and that's good. They get excited about it. So with that being said, um, you will start. I agree with City. You will start to see more people comment on it. You'll see more women play voice to it, because what's going to happen is a lot of dudes that get online that try to just promote blue pill shit. It's so obvious that that shit's bullshit, and it's enough people out there with different credibilities to shut that shit down. You're gonna sound goofy as all fuck, and just, you're just gonna look stupid. You're not gonna look credible. You're just not. Unless you're dealing with people that they just want to believe what the fuck they want to believe. This is why even Derrick Jackson has to come out with a red pill video every once in a while, just to maintain his credibility. So anyway, with that being said, another thing he Obsidian said too that I absolutely that I absolutely agree with is, he said these female dating coaches are blue pillars. And I want to highlight that because I never thought about it that way, but they are. They basically talk about, they try to present, they use red pill like a brand. And I've seen dudes do that too, like white dudes. I've seen dudes do that too. But they're not red pill any serious kind of way. And he explains why that is. He explains, red pill is accepting things for what they are. Blue pill is wanting things to be a certain type of way. So anyway, check that out. Check his video. It's 45 minutes. It's good video. Classic Obsidian. But the thing I want to get to is something that he commented on, but I want to give my add-on to it, was this idea of what Danica said. Danica said that black men should try to be more like bad boys. Now, I read a book by a guy by the name of David Shade. It's like The Art of Female Sexuality. Great book. And what's interesting, I'm free flowing right now. What's interesting about that book is that book is from a guy. It tells a story. It's not a story. It's an interesting read. Very easy read. If you're somebody who doesn't like to read, this is a book that's actually very easy to read. And it basically tells a story of something similar, where he learned the best from a bad boy. And so he went through kind of this thing about, he was a husband, he was an engineer. I've actually met him in person. Engineer, he got cheated on. He learned from this experience, and this was all true story, according to him. He learned from this experience, learn how to be a bad boy, what women really want. And he wrote this book called Female Sexuality, which is really just if you ever wanted to introduce someone to Rich Dad, if you ever wanted to introduce somebody to a Rich Dad Poor Dad version of female nature, somebody that you don't think would be able to really accept it coming from the manosphere, this is a great book if they're willing to read. I think it's an audio, but this is a book that'll walk them through it in a way that even a blue pill person would probably have to accept it in today's time. But the book is more than 10 years old. So, but the thing is, he talked about things like voice inflection, and it's a lot of stuff. Some of the stuff that perverses a lot of different content creators, like when Alan Roger Curry talks about seduction with the voice and all that shit is like talked about, and in his own journey. So, but the thing is, at the end of the day, this guy didn't. He slept with like married women and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, he came kind of around full circle to still be who he was. It was just he learned female nature. and he learned how to use it. So he basically understood female nature. He learned what you would, it's literally what Red Pill Game is. And the reason why that book is very important, I like that book, is because that book predates the manosphere. It predates a lot of this stuff online, so it lets you know the stuff that we're talking about is not stuff that has never been talked about. It just never has been brought online in that way, and never been brought to the masses. Now, none of these people really know who David Shade is, so they didn't like bite on his book or anything. A bunch of niggas came up with and just decided to call it that. Anything that has anything to do with the Black Manosphere, outside of anything that really has anything to do with the true PUA community, to show you that this is not just some shit that motherfuckers are just pulling out their ass. So with that being said, you know, she talks about how black men need to, she wants to do some kind of conference, whatever, but black men need to learn to be more like bad boys and less like nice guys. Now, here's my thing about that. The best bullshit has grains of truth to it. Obsidian breaks down his opinions on that. I'm going to break down mine. First of all, you can't really trust what women, when you can't trust female coaches anyway, and I'm gonna tell you why. Number one, Obsidian says they're blue pillars, but the other thing too is they don't know how to tell men how to create outcomes that's not conducive to what they want. It's kind of like, let's say let's say you have rats and they're going through a maze. But at the end of the day, you want them to, the finish line, the goal is, let's say, if they hit the finish line, you get a prize, right? So you may help them get through the maze, but at the end of the day, you're incentivized to help them get through the maze because you get a prize. Would you necessarily help them if you don't get a prize? And when I talk about prove it, I can tell black women to basically, date any race you want to date. Date out, be happy. I can say that and be honest about it. And I can actually give women tips and examples on what other guys want based on what my experience is, as far as what I've seen, you know, white men. We know white men don't like the same body type as black men, for example. Black men don't have this thing about, you know, hold on, let me say this right. Black men don't have this thing where we are so intimidated by our women. Our women dating out, that we're going to just self-sabotage our women. Black women don't think that way. Black women will never tell black men, you should date any race. Because black women don't have that type of confidence as a collective group. They would never say that. So when you hear a woman like Danica talking, you know everything she tells you is going to lead you back to somebody like her. So she's not really giving you real advice. She's basically dressing your ass up like a Ken doll of somebody she wants. That she personally wants. Not what the overall black women want. Not what like other races of women want. What she personally wants, which is programmed by her culture. By how she is. She can't think outside of that. And she'll say her dude is a nice guy. No, he's not. If you actually look at how he looks, he's a prototypical hood-looking dude. Dreads, all of that. And there's nothing against dreads. But I remember y'all that saw me on Ramil shit, and I asked one chick, the chick BGS was jumping on about being fucking Hebrew Israelite. And I asked her, give me some characteristics of your ideal man. She said dreads and gold teeth. That's all I needed to know, because at that point, that tells me who she is. Now, if you hear somebody like that try to give you dating advice, then what is she going to do? She's going to try to dress your ass up to what she likes. That's not advice. And a lot of these women do that shit. A lot of black women uniquely do that shit. But I think all female coaches do. They can't help but do that. Because they will never teach a dude how to do something they don't want them necessarily to do. They will never teach a dude to be outside of their own control. And any dude that listens to a chick like that is goofy as fuck. Because you're not listening to get advice most of the time. You're not. Now, they went back and forth as far as what a nice guy was, because Jessica X was on there. And Jessica X had some good talking points. Um, the thing about what you got to understand, nice guy means a lot of different things. And it can mean different things depending on which culture of women you're actually dealing with. Let's keep it real. There's a lot of females, with females, in my opinion, what they define, what they act on as nice guy is shit that is socially acceptable but not sexually exciting. So for example, being a black male feminist, basically cuck, is socially acceptable in today's society. Being an apologist for masculinity is socially acceptable. But do any of these niggas get pussy like that? The answer is no. So now that we're in a feminist society, a gynocratic society, especially in the black community, which is it's hyper, what you have is you have black men that are told to be one way that is completely opposite of what typically black women are choosing. And the problem is when you actually look at who black women are choosing, they're complaining about their own choices. That's it. Fuck the dudes. At the end of the day, black women have been given the power to choose their outcomes, and they're literally trying to blame everybody but themselves for who they chose, for who they're sexually attracted to. Now, if we go deeper into sexual attraction, I call it vaginal positioning system. And you are who you are sexually attracted to. So the reality is you don't get to say I'm a good wife, but I'm attracted to unproductive niggas. No, you're not. That is the inner, basically, hood bitch in you that's trying to come out. And at the end of the day, you need to, like, basically acknowledge that's who you are and stop. That's why you hear women today talking about I belong to the streets. Because they think that men are supposed to protect women that are, like, in open rebellion. And that's just not how life works. And I don't know who fucking told them that, but apparently somebody told them that they're holding on to that. Anyway, that's kind of like my 2 cents on that shit. I'm curious about this Crystal and Karasin interview. Apparently, apparently it's supposed to happen today. I don't know. I'd have to check it out. Yeah. Oh, it was? What's up, Daniel? Or is it Danielle? No, Daniel. Okay. What's up, any of you? Well, yeah, I mean, that's what's going on. I mean, like I said, you got Classic Obsidian, and then you got, like, whatever he's on right now, which is what it is. But, yeah. The reality, I mean, all this shit comes back to women want their cake and eat it too. And even I was listening, because Kevin Samuels uploaded a clip talking about, with the first entrance of it was the Karasin video. Or Karasin. And Karasin, I mean, man, yeah, and you gave me the wrench because you protected me and you did all of it. And I'm like, bitch, shut up. Because I'm like she was just gassing his ass up. And let me be very clear. I'm not one of these niggas. I do not expect somebody like Kevin. And yes, and Kevin talking about, a lot of people want us to argue. And he's absolutely right. There are a lot of dudes that want that. There are dudes that want that shit. Let's be yeah, I did experience a technology reset. Yeah, appreciate the super chat, man. Appreciate. Let's see. What is up, Fast Attack? Daniel Murray, I appreciate that. So anyway, he's right. And so when I say I'm not one of them, like, I know I'm not, but yeah, he is right. But me personally, I want them to have, an honest conversation. Especially, if Karasin's willing to be, and here's the value there. I think the value there is most of Kevin's audience on that live viewership. This is not his subscribership, I don't think, but his live viewership. That's how I know his channel is going to blow up, because most of the people subscribe to him are not females. But this live viewership, if that's any kind of indication, oh yeah. So anyway, most of his the live viewership are females. I'd say 75% of that listening. I'd probably say maybe 500 are dudes, and that's it. So Karen can obviously say things on a platform that's not hers, but obviously it is easy to charge off. I see where the value is on multiple levels there for both of them. But what I would say, I'm gonna comment on a couple of things on that. First of all, this butter up shit that she was doing is fake as fuck. It really is, because everything she was saying, if you listen to it, what I picked up on is she was trying to act like, well, Kevin's doing some shit that black men just generally don't do. And the truth be told is, if you understand BGS's commentary on Karen, because he's from that area, is these should be the type of black men. Kevin, maybe minus 20 years, should be the type of black men that Karen was fucking with from jump. And the truth is, if you understand her back, and when I say background, I'm talking about everything that I've said. I'm saying is like clearly it's shit that she has said out of her own mouth. If you understand the background of her first child's father, it was a dude that would be quote unquote a high value man on par with a high value man. But the problem with Karen is Karen tried to basically call his bluff. Well, he basically tried to back him into a corner, and he called her bluff. But I'm not gonna get into that too deep. My point to comment on what happened on the video was, he was, oh yeah, you protect me, and you're just so respectful. And I'm like, bitch, stop acting like it's hard to find a black man that's not respectful. Get the fuck out of here. And this is why I'm merging with that video with the nice guy shit. Because I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you really gonna fucking... So on the one hand, we got a chick, and let's be clear here, Danica and Karen are not the same person. They're not the same culture of person. So let me give her that and be fair. But my point is, they still belong to ADO as black women, and it's like, damn, we know how it is. And it's like, you're so respectful, you're so... Bitch, that shit don't get black women's pussy wet. Let's tell all the fucking truth. Black men have socially evolved to understand that if you are respectful and too nice to female, they don't respect that. And that's true for every class. That's true for 92s as well. And so this idea, so when she was saying that, whatever. Same thing with the protect me. This shit was just bullshit. Kevin basically gave her the wrench. The same reason I give some people the wrench is because, number one, it's probably respect out of another fellow content creator. Also, Karen ain't done nothing to him. And Kevin is not going to be driven. He's not going to let the manosphere drive what he does and what's his opinions or what stuff. He's going to get shit from himself and deal with interact. And you got to remember, he's 50 years old. Obviously. And at the same time, he knew what was going to happen. But, it wasn't like, oh, it's a black woman that has to be protected. Man, Kevin is dusted off females himself that's on the bullshit. Well, I'm not mad that she did that. She's going to do... What's up, Young Jay? She backed out. She used Kevin to promote her channel. He was going to give a black woman who said to abort all black males a chance, SMH. Okay. Yeah, well, I don't know. If she backed out, that's fucked up. But that's her loss. Honestly, that's her loss. Because the truth... that's her loss. At the end of the day, Kevin's... Most channels at 80... most channels... You gotta get... I know channels at 1 million is not doing 4,000. I don't think y'all really understand how significant that is. And when you understand the demographics of who's listening, shit. So, I'm gonna keep it all the way real. This may sound hyperbolic, but I wouldn't be surprised. Kevin, real talk, those type of numbers is numbers that you attract people putting money into your shit to promote some shit. Cause shit, that is her loss. Now, as far as what you said, Young Jay, cause you definitely super chatted, so I appreciate that. She backed out. She used Kevin to promote her channel. He was gonna give a black woman who said to abort all black males a chance. So I get that, but at the end of the day, she called into the channel. That's all she did. So it's not like Kevin did anything more for her than he would do for anything else. Another thing, so any other chick. It's not like Karen, and if you really think about it like this. she was starting to go deeper into her stuff, and Kevin didn't cut her off, but Kevin basically said, I don't want to rush you, so let's do let's on the show, let's do a show with just you, and interview you. That's an offer. Carrots, I don't think Carrots is pulling 4,000 people, but I know ain't a lot of people pulling that. So it was a good offer. If she backed out, that's on her. But he didn't allow her to take over his show. That was one of many calls. And yeah, she got her little plug-in in. Yeah, fuck it. I mean, shit. But as far as the abort all black males, now, I don't know. Look, I believe you if you say she said it. I have no reason to think you're a liar. But what I am saying is, I want the clip. And I'm not saying that because I don't believe you. I'm saying that because, see, there's got to be people over there that records what the fuck she says. Because Karen likes to delete shit. And if any chick that says that is a chick that you need to get that clip needs to be gotten. Like, I may give y'all software, but a lot of y'all brothers that like to listen to the females over there when they say stupid shit, y'all need to learn how to start downloading those videos so at least we could clip them out. Because it's one thing for you to say it, it's another thing for us to have a video. So every time she says some shit, she try to act like for example, one of the things that I think she was a fucking liar for saying it. But I get why she was trying to save face, is this idea that she says something that I say all the time, is that she just teaches black women to basically choose all men, black men included. That's a fucking lie. And she's a liar for saying that. She specifically tells black women to deal with white men. And maybe white Hispanics. She does not teach black men. She is not talking about intercultural dating. That is a word that's never came out of her fucking mouth. So fuck just African American men. She's not telling them to date any kind of black. That's not what she's teaching. That abundant shit, that's some shit that she just came up with. And then I listened to that femininity bullshit, the Amazon. Well, black women don't have a problem with that. The motherhood thing, oh man, I could break that shit down. Because the motherhood thing, oh, well, you create your home, you create life. No, if we're going to get real metaphysical about it, you create your reality. That's what that's about. A woman's a power of creating a reality when you think about their ability to network and be social. So if you're creating your own reality, that means you're responsible for it. How can you say when people have the power to create life or to create all this shit, but there's no accountability to the shit that you're in? So when black women say Blackistan, which is something she says, you create Blackistan. You create that shit, and you got to take the good and the bad with that. You got to take the good and the bad with that. You can't say, well, all the bad is Blackistan because of black men, because of my father wasn't around, even though you never understand that your mother created that situation because your mother chose the father for your child. Man, that was just straight bullshit. But, and like I said, he slowed the roll in a very polite way. So, y'all got to give some people some leeway a little bit. Like, for real. But I don't know if she backed out. I know that's what y'all said. There's a lot of things that get said that, I try not to repeat because I don't want to be a dude that's like I'm fanning flames. If she backed out, she did. I was looking forward to seeing it. But that's her loss because you see the numbers Kevin is doing, and there's other folks that, like, if Kevin wanted to be an asshole, and I hope he's listening, you know who you fucking go get if she backed out? Go get Nola Girl. Go get her. Go get her, because she's married to a high-value black man. You gonna piss off everybody. Don't do that. Don't do that, because the black women, you fuck up the black female numbers. But that's who you fucking get. You want to be an asshole. Go get Nola Girl. You're going to piss off the white folks, and you'll piss off the black folks. Nah, that's B, you're right. B, that's who you get. Rebecca Lynn Pope. You get her. She's probably one of the most credible, because the thing about it is Rebecca will keep it real with the brother too, but when you listen to her, she keeps it real. And the thing is, what's interesting, because here's why that'll work. I ain't telling people what to do. This is my channel. I'm just throwing shit out there. They're both Christians. And was they're both Christians, you know. So I mean, you know, for real Christians, and yeah, yeah. I mean, Rebecca, that you know, that video went over a million views. The one, it's at 1.2 right now. And like real talk, Rebecca tells sisters that truth too. Um, she does it in a different way, but she doesn't want anybody else. I mean, I'm gonna keep it real. Like, Rebecca Lynn Pro probably has the most credibility of anybody when it comes to that, as far as females go. Shout out to Kendra, but I mean, as far as females, it's like really known that's out there, and she's got like 40,000 subscribers too, and like people are very much drawn to her. That'd be a good. I mean, man, there's a whole bunch of collabs that I would like to see. That's one of the things. Why is my shit? Don't even get me started on what happened with my fucking cable man. This is why you don't do business with black people. This is why I made sure I got a black salesman and I got fucked. You know how much money I lose when I can't get on the internet? And I'm not talking about on here. That shit pissed me off for real. What is the pink pill? The pink pill is just, it's basically her branding version of bitches leveling up, getting a white man. That's all that is. Which is her copying us. I wouldn't say she's trolling, but because she's shown up on O'Shea's chat. So, you know, sometimes she'll come over here. She pumped fake Kevin. You had to see it coming. Eh, I mean, no, not necessarily, but things happen. But you gotta like, who knows why she couldn't do it? Maybe she couldn't do it. Maybe had to reschedule. But at the end of the day, when you see the numbers of Kevin is doing, like those, like 4,000, like that shit is growing. And the thing about it is, oh, I've watched you for weeks and I've observed you, and you're just bullshit. I would actually, you know what? I take that back. I'm gonna tell you. I bet you if she honestly admires Kevin, I bet you she wishes she could tell her audience a lot of the shit that Kevin does. But she's not gonna do that because she's not gonna really fuck up her money. I think Kevin has occupied a space where, because he has a certain credibility, it's kinda like a Judge TV show where it's not something that's gonna be easily duplicated, even with women. Because women are actually watching to actually get honesty. That is something that's lightning in a fucking bottle. Like, are you serious? Even women can't duplicate that shit. SC Talk says broad got cold feet. Hubby probably said it wasn't a good. No, that's not. Cause honestly, man, from what I hear, her husband don't even like her on YouTube like that. So Karen don't be listening to her husband like that. Like, real talk. But I don't know. Like I said, maybe they had to reschedule. I'm not gonna like speculate on that shit because I don't know. Because like I said, I can't believe that she'll just flake him like that. I don't believe that. Karen's a lot of things. She's not like stupid. Stupid. Well, stupid. Oh shit. No, I haven't. I'm not against AMS in any kind of way, but I'm not like going out of my way to see AMS either. Probably Glendon Cameron is probably my version of AMS, to be honest with you. So I'm gonna be over there looking at his channels and stuff that he's doing, you know. But shout out to AMS. The thing about AMS is AMS don't need these bitches. AMS is the anti Derek Jackson. He just need to stop having blue pill guilt. He got the blue pill flu for a little bit when he was talking about, you know, karma and shit. I'm like, nigga, no. That's not what we karma is not what brought you. It was why people were subscribing to your ass when you just had your fucking cell phone. That ain't what got you there. So don't start feeling guilty now. I don't know if you talk to your mama or some shit like that or whatever. Yeah, I didn't hear her say that black women should abort all black men. And I want the clip. Like I said, I believe y'all. I've heard bitches say shit like that, but I want the clip. Are you sure Crystal and Karen said that and it wasn't Crystal Swirls? Because that sounds like some shit Crystal Swirls would say. Exactly, big game Ornthil James. There's dudes with 100K that can't even get the numbers I get. Like real fucking talk. Not 100K, but like some of the like I'd say maybe 50. So yeah, and that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Their channels might not be acclimated to viewership like that. Kendall Charles, Brooklyn Blue mate. Oh, okay. But now that sounds right. You said Kendall St. Charles, Brooklyn Blue made the abortion comment. Carrington was quiet and didn't denounce it. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you something. Y'all have heard me. When somebody says off the wall shit about black women, I don't sit there and just get quiet. Because quiet is consent. Like I make sure I'm like I don't agree with that. Like I don't go that far with it. So yeah. No, I'm just far behind a lot of times. Yo, then B, screenshot that shit. I want to see it. Because I'm not about to fucking screenshot that shit and like email that to me. Because I'm not about to fucking go over there and corrupt my algorithm looking at her bullshit. And I don't even want to do it incognito. No, because me and SWP, man, SWP has this thing where he think he's smarter than everybody else, and SWP has always had this like I used to comment in SWP shit heavy as hell. And the thing about it is SWP tries to act like he's like the grand wizard of blue pill, of red pill shit. And I'm like, nigga, no, there's nothing you really saying. No. I like Peter don't know everything. He don't. And although I got respect for him putting a lot of taking the time to put this shit out there, he can be a narcissist sometimes. Well, shit, I doubt. I don't know if he is or isn't. When people talk about working class, I don't think he's making working class money, but I don't know. I don't think. Well, if she did what y'all talking about, he might now. He don't need her there to do it. But the thing is, though, he's not trying to make like y'all. O'Shea put out a video talking about beefing is bad for business, basically, and he explained it. So it is what it is. But I'm not gonna comment any further on that. Anyway, let me come all the way back now. He is purple pill. He is very purple pill. He did. No, like he did. Yeah, like Allen has a case for it. That's one thing. Well, I don't know. As far as abort, the thing that people don't understand, if women start like, if women like people talk about this abort black male babies. Let's keep this all the way real. Black men do not need black women to like Africa. Like, let's say that happened. So what would happen if that happened? Black men do not need African American black women in order to procreate. We could get a like all that would do is just basically accelerate shit. Like we could go get other cultures of black people. Like it's really not that serious. And the truth is, those females are not because, and I'm gonna tell you why that's never gonna happen. Let me tell you why it's never gonna happen. Because black women are already fucking who they want to fuck. It's not like they're not having sex with the best of the men that they can get. That's already happening. So the reality is, they're not gonna abort those kids. Oh wow. Okay, I will. I will, y'all. I will. I doubt. Like I understand Dapper Dude. You know, I'm cool with O'Shea, and I like O'Shea's work. So y'all talk about credibility. You know, that's your opinion. You can have it, but this is not an anti O'Shea channel. Anyway, I appreciate y'all super chats. I gotta hop off there. Like my nose, I don't know what the fuck is going on. But I appreciate y'all. I just wanted to say what's up. So yeah. Can't do panels with this bullshit ass, pussy ass iPhone. Well, whatever. Anyway, with that being said, appreciate super chats from all y'all. Let me see. Let me go back through it. You know, obviously Fast Attack, SC Talk Media. I don't know if you talk about South Carolina, because shout out to Jada Black. He's out of South Carolina. Young Jay, Daniel Miri, Fast Attack with a couple. I appreciate y'all. And with that being said, this is Edward signing off. Peace.